Good afternoon, everyone. This is Christian with PerfectStockAlert.com, a 100% free service for smart investors and traders. All we ask in return, please refer a friend. Today is Tuesday. It's January the 10th, 2012. I almost forgot what year it is. And we're looking at gold to start off tonight as analysis of these four different markets we'll be looking at today. What we got here on the gold chart is actually a good strong move. It looks like we are now going to reverse or attempt to reverse the downtrend. And what does that all mean? Basically, you have been in a downtrend going along these low points and lower highs and lower lows, and this is in a downtrend as long as this continues. You had a little move up here and you failed to take out this high. You just pulled back down and started messing around, and then you took off a little bit more to the upside again today. This looks like you're going to make an honest attempt at taking out this high point, so I expect that to happen. However, I still don't get bullish until we actually do take out that high. We find some kind of a high point. I don't know where that would be. You're going to have a resistance about right here because of this previous breakdown right there. So let's see how high we go, and then we're going to get some kind of a pullback. At that time, after you get this move higher or whatever, you're going to get a pullback. That pullback will give you the opportunity to go long gold if you want to. It'll give you a series of a series of higher lows and a series of higher highs. Until I've got that situation in play, I'm not really bullish on any chart. I've got to have those 4 points in order to get bullish. Okay, so right now we're looking at gold. It's potentially reversing, but we need to see it actually take out a high, which it has yet to actually do, but it does look like, based on today's activity, that we are going to do that. So keep an eye on it. Now let's take a look at the BSE, at India Bombay Stock Exchange. This one has been so weak it's not even funny. We've had multiple breaks of the support lines, and we've come back. Let me draw it out for you. We broke down here. Got a series of lower highs and lower lows. Made a move here, just reactionary move here. That's not a bullish trend, but it was an opportunity to go short. Moved back down to the previous test of the lows, and you bounced around there for a couple of days. You got a little buy signal, and then she broke down immediately thereafter, taking out those lows. So she continues to be in a downtrend. This continues here, pulls back here, bounces up here, does not break out even this little bitty high here, pulls back down, and now we've got a little move to the upside here, which is taking out this previous high. So you have a possible something going on here, reversing from a downtrend to an uptrend. However, this chart is not all that bullish to me. There's not a lot of volatility in it, and it's going to be difficult to trade because of that. You'd rather see situations where you've got a lot more volatility. You know where the bottoms are at. You know where the tops are at. They're easily defined. Here, we don't have that. So, though you may be turning around here, I would simply play something else until get a better trade opportunity in this particular chart. However, it is breaking to the upside, so bears would obviously no longer be interested in this, and bulls should be watching it. Now we take a quick look here at Japan iShares. EWJ is the ticker symbol. And what we're looking at here is obviously a downtrend like the rest of the world markets were in back then. Tried to reverse it here, fails at the same resistance level, pulls back down, makes a series of higher lows. This tells you that you're going to attempt to try it again, and you do. And then you find resistance there again, you turn back over, and you pull back down, this time to the middle Bollinger Band line. That's a more bullish condition than you've seen in the past. And now we've reversed back to the upside again. We're going to be testing this again, and this time we actually may break through it. One of the reasons you know that, or you can increase the odds of that by analyzing this, is if in this case here, well, let's go back to here. In this case here, you found resistance here, the previous support that's now acting as resistance. That's what that's coming off of. We bounce off of that, we pull way back down here, we make a move up here again. But there's two things going on here. There's people who are selling, and you also have people that are taking profits because they've already had this move. They bought down in this area here, they bought all this, and then they're taking profits up here. And then you also have sell pressure of people who got stuck holding during this time period, okay? So that's those two pressures you have here. You pull back down again, not quite as low, but you do pull back substantially. And then you make a move up here again, getting once again those two different pressures. There's sell pressures from people who still want out and people who were buying here and selling here. Okay. In this case, you pull back here and you reverse into the upside really quickly. This has not been a big move. There's got a nice support at this point that you didn't have before. Before, your support was here or here, which is much further from the resistance point. So you've got a lot more potential for a breakout at this point. That's kind of why you can see that break out a lot easier at this point than you could back here or here. Okay, so I would be looking for this to break out. If you are playing the EWJ or Japan at all, this is where I put my stop at. I'd be keeping a stop right here, and if you were actually playing this breakout, that's what I'd be doing, is just playing the breakout. And if you get up here and you start, getting weak signals, or we're getting bad news in the market, start falling apart, well, then I'd forget that strategy. But right now, you got a good market, global markets that are moving higher, and that's gonna, rising tide lifts all boats kind of thing. So anyway, look at this as a potential breakout to the upside. If you were short, you would no longer want to be that. Finally, today we're going to be looking at the FTSE, London Financial Times Index. This one we talked about. It's the same basic scenario that you've seen with the French and German markets that we talked about yesterday and last Friday. We expected this to test this previous high, and that's exactly what you're doing right now. We told you that about 2 days ago. We expected this to be tested, and now you're doing that. And we don't think you're going to have any problem breaking out. You've already seen a breakout by the Dow Jones Industrial Average in the U.S. I expect other markets are going to test these previous highs, like I've already talked about, and will in fact break out. But you have other resistance lines that are longer-term charts that we'll talk about later. But right now, I still see this as a bullish chart, still making a move to the upside here. So keep that in mind. Again, you're not overbought now. You were back here. That's why you've got a little pullback that you saw right here. And now you're moving back up again to test this level here. When you get up there again, you can start looking for maybe a pullback. But until that happens, I expect we'll keep trying to fight to the upside unless we get some kind of news that I don't know about at the moment. And that's the direction we're going. This chart is very bullish. We've talked about this for a while. And you're also confirmed on the Ultimate Oscillator as being a bullish uptrend. It's not telling you anything other than what it is showing you on the chart. So we have a really bullish condition right here to keep an eye on. For those of you who would be playing this from the long perspective or a bullish perspective, and you're being a buyer in this area, that's cool. Just keep your stop right here, that low. This is your reversal point. This is where you have a series of higher lows and higher highs. This is your reversal point, your pivot point, okay? So be bullish, but just keep a tight stop on it. Please take a moment to review our disclaimer. The information provided herein is our opinion only. Under no circumstances do any statements here represent a recommendation to buy or sell securities or make any kind of an investment. You are responsible for your own due diligence. To summarize, we do not provide investment advice, nor do we make any claims or promises that any information here will lead to a profit, loss, or any other result. These videos are for educational purposes only.